Tippy time with Damies, Top Cat here and welcome back to the channel. Since the launch of Destiny 2, I've always wanted to stomp around with this sweet business, just mowing down mopos COD style. But being a kinetic weapon, there wasn't really the greatest Clark synergy. That was until Prismatic. With this AR's catalyst, when it's all spun up, we got some great flinch resist. Its perk is Payday and it gives us 150 rounds in the mag. When using an exotic primary weapon, we also have increased drop rate of special and heavy ammo bricks. And using the sweet business, this tops up our mag when we walk over these bricks. When paired with Actium Warwick exotic chest piece, our equipped auto rifles and LMGs are steadily reloaded. If you just hold that trigger down, this is going to reload as we fire. This gives us a full 30 seconds of uninterrupted bullet spray. In Season 23, the sweet business also received that explosive payload buff, so now we can stagger those larger monkeys that try and charge at us. I'm triple stacking our kinetic siphon mods, so we can make an orb of power every second. These orbs are going to be feeding us a steady supply of health, ability regeneration, and damage reduction as we stroll through the battlefield. With Press the Advantage, when we break combatant shields, we get bonus weapon stability and handling. Now the main reason why the business works so well with Prismatic is Facet of Grace. When we defeat targets with our business, it grants us bonus transcendent energy, feeding both the light and dark bars. This gives us a 5% weapon damage bonus and bonus damage resistance. And when we defeat our opponents, this timer is extended. We get that new grenade. The Titan's Gimp Rope and Jumper Cable combo is perfectly suited to stop foes in their tracks, so we can fill them full of lead. With the business and Grace, it will generally take you around 25 to 30 seconds to go from 0 to 100 transcendent energy. But with Transference, not only do we get that nade and melee buff, our weapon final blows refund light and dark energy, giving us as much as half of it back to us. So we've got as little as 15 seconds of downtime. To truly be that juggernaut though, it's not just about throwing out bullets, it's about catching them too. And Prismatic does it better than all the other previous subclasses. With Facet of Purpose, we can pick our favourite method of healing ourselves or damage resistance. I run that Stasis Super as it's got the best output and it gives us Frost Armor. This has got a 10-second timer, which is better than its other compatriots that are on 5 seconds, and this is going to stack to a 22.5% damage resist. We've got a recuperation mod on our kicks to get a little bit of health on those orb pickups. With Facet of Protection, while surrounded, we are more resistant to incoming damage. At standard, this is a 15% damage resist, but whilst transcendent, it's 32%. With Facet of Solitude, when we rapidly land precision hits, our foes burst a severing blast that debuffs targets by 35%. Again, this is going to be bigger and better whilst we're in our rainbow state. I've chosen the shield throw for my melee, as 90% of this build is just hold that trigger down and bot walk. So I wanted a melee that could trigger jolts from our transcendent grenade at range. Paired with Knockout, when we break our shields, our melee damage is increased, our range is increased, and we heal ourselves with our melees. These also amplify us for that 15 seconds, and using Galvanic Armor, this is another 30% damage resist. With Shield Crush, when we have Frost Armor, we've got increased melee regeneration, and both our knockout punches and our shield throws hit 25% harder. With Radiant Orbs, we get Radiant for 10 seconds when we pick up an Orb of Power to give us what feels like an infinite amount of that 25% weapon damage bonus. Dawn is going to make us Radiant for 5 seconds off our charged melees. This does include those knockout melees. This might seem a little bit overkill, but it will give you some weapon loadout freedom, as whilst we're transcendent, we can now take on Barrier Chance, Unstops, and Overloads with ease. I'm using the Drinker Slash aspect to suspend mofos. I found often when I'm shooting down range, you can opt to get crept up on. I'm using that thruster dodge. This creates a bouncing Betty to trap them. I neck them off. Reaper gives me an orb of power. so I can get back to focusing down range. Use whatever nade you like, it really doesn't matter, as most of the time you'll have that transcendent grenade instead. Feel free to pause here for my mods, armor stat distribution, artifact and fragments, but there will be a dim link in the description down below. Now, is this most OP build ever? No, but I do feel this is the strongest sweep business has ever felt, and some days you just want to be the juggernaut. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Make sure to thumb it if you dug it, sub if you're new, and as always, tippy time my damies, what a time.